Hello, friends. Today, I want to take you on a heartfelt journey, not just to help your English listening skills, but to inspire the part of you that still believes in dreams. The story you're about to hear is called The Price of a Dream, and it's about a young man named Leo who discovered that while nothing in life is free, everything worth having is worth fighting for. Leo was 20 years old, living in a sleepy town nestled in a quiet valley surrounded by towering mountains. His family lived modestly. His father, Mark, was a mechanic who often came home with oil-stained hands, and his mother, Claire, cleaned houses, her fingers always smelling faintly of lemon-scented polish. His younger sister, Sophie, was only 10, and to her, Leo was more than a brother. He was her hero. But Leo had dreams that stretched far beyond the mountains. He wanted to own restaurants across the country, filled with people laughing, eating, and enjoying life. But dreams, as he would soon learn, come with a price. One chilly evening, sitting on a wooden step outside his house under a sky of stars, Leo whispered to himself, "I want to change everything for my family. But how do I begin with nothing?" The next morning, he shared his dream with his father. Mark didn't laugh or dismiss it. He simply said, "Dreams aren't free, son. They cost sweat, sacrifice, and soul. Start small. Start with what you have." That sentence burned into Leo's heart. One thing the town loved was fresh bread, but the nearest bakery was miles away. An idea sparked in Leo's mind. What if I brought the bread to them? But he had no money. He decided to walk all the way to the bakery to meet Mr. Anderson, a stern old man known for frowning more than smiling. "I want to sell your bread in my town," Leo said with conviction. "I can't pay up front, but if you trust me for 1 week, I'll return your money with a small profit." Mr. Anderson stared at him for a long moment before grumbling, "If you fail, don't ever show your face again." The next morning, Leo set up a tiny wooden stand near the town park, calling out with a warm smile, "Fresh bread. Try a free sample." By noon, curiosity replaced doubt. By sunset, all the bread was gone. Leo ran back to the bakery and paid every penny he owed. Mr. Anderson gave a curt nod and said, "Come back tomorrow." A rhythm began. Leo woke before dawn, walked miles, carried bread, and sold it until sundown. 2 months later, he'd saved enough to buy a cart. One customer said, "Leo, if you baked your own bread, you'd make more money." Leo felt fear wrap around his ambition. He had never baked a single loaf in his life. But then he remembered his father's words, "Dreams aren't free." The next morning, he asked Mr. Anderson to teach him. The old man scowled. "If you learn to bake, I lose a customer." "Why would I help you?" Leo replied, "Because if I succeed, I'll never forget who gave me my first chance." Mr. Anderson agreed. Baking began at 3 a.m. Kneading, mixing, burning, failing. Leo's hands ached. His first loaves were too hard. His second batch was doughy inside. He nearly gave up. But then he thought of Sophie's bright eyes, his mother's tired hands, his father's quiet strength. So he returned again and again, until one day, Mr. Anderson handed him a golden loaf and said, "Perfect. You're ready." With a rented oven in his tiny kitchen, Leo began baking at night. Sophie packed the bread. His mother served him tea as he worked through the darkness. Soon, he added cookies, then pastries. The town began to buzz. Leo's bread tastes better than the city bakery. But success always invites challenge. A fancy new bakery opened. Neon lights, air conditioning, glass counters, run by Eric, a young man with big investors. Leo's sales plummeted. He didn't complain. Instead, he asked customers what they liked about Eric's shop. Then, with the little savings he had, he painted his cart, added decorations, learned cake decorating from library videos. The customers noticed. They returned. Months passed. Leo saved enough to rent a small shop. Leo's Fresh Bakes opened, with Sophie as the cheerful greeter. Then one night, disaster struck. A fire sparked near the oven. Leo managed to stop the flames, but much was destroyed. People whispered, "It's over." But Leo stood outside his blackened bakery and said, "This isn't the end. It's just another challenge." He reached out to Mr. Anderson for advice. The old man simply said, "You already know. Work, believe, fight." Leo baked at home. He told his customers, "I'll serve whatever I can." Then something beautiful happened. The town helped. People brought ingredients. Others donated a few bills. Some helped clean the shop. Leo realized, when you help yourself, others follow. After months of grit and hope, Leo reopened his shop. Brighter, stronger, filled with cupcakes, laughter, and the smell of fresh bread. At the grand reopening, the mayor spoke. "Leo has shown us what real success looks like." Leo stood before the crowd and said, "Nothing is free, not success, not love, not respect. But with hard work, patience, and persistence, everything is possible. Never give up. Every failure is a step forward." Today, Leo's Fresh Bakes is more than a shop. It's a symbol of hope. Travelers come just to see the young man who never gave up. And you? You have a dream too. Remember, the price of that dream isn't money. It's your effort, your grit, your faith in yourself. Because truly, nothing is free, but everything is possible.